Tales of the Mystics.
Keep going. Long ago, a young woman among our people had 3 very persistent suitors, and she couldn't make up her mind which one to choose. So her father devised a plan to test the young men, to determine which one might be worthy of his daughter. Near the village was a high hill with a long slope leading to the top. The father asked each young suitor to run to the top of the hill and down again 7 times. But they had to do it on a cold, rainy night. It was not a race, however, and at the top of the hill sat 3 old men. Each was to count how many times each young man made it to the top. So one day they began after the rain had been falling for some time and the long slope had become very treacherous. Running in the mud was by no means easy, but the young men tried. By the 3rd time to the top of the hill, each of them was covered in mud from falling and soaked to the skin. By the 5th time they were all crawling most of the way on their hands and knees. By the 6th and 7th times they were moving on sheer willpower. They all climbed 7 times, then reached the bottom of the slope, and it seemed that the issue of who deserved to marry the young girl was still in doubt. The young men collapsed, believing they had done everything the young woman's father had asked of them. But he had one more request.
"Climb the slope one more time,"
he instructed. At that, 2 of the young men became very angry.
"I cannot go again,"
one protested.
"I'm too exhausted,"
the second agreed. Neither could take another step up the hill. The 3rd young man was no less exhausted, but he stood nonetheless, and with all the remaining strength he could muster, he took one more step and fell on his face. People who had gathered to watch the contest helped the exhausted young men to their lodges. The next morning they all awoke thinking that they had failed. In the afternoon, the father of the girl sent a messenger to the lodge of the 3rd young man. The father chose the 3rd young man because he found the strength of spirit to try, even though all he could do was fall on his face. He knew that the young man who had tried one more time, even though he was physically spent, would have the strength to be a good husband and provide for his daughter. This story was read from the book Keep Going, The Art of Perseverance by Joseph M. Marshall III.